Hi, Vince Oldre, Certified Financial Planner, and here with you with another educational video. And this video is about one of the number one questions I get is how much income do I need to retire? Now, a lot of financial advisors would say that you need about 70 to 80% of your current income to maintain your lifestyle in retirement. And so far, of all the people that I've met with, which is quite a bit, I have yet to see anyone live off of 70 or 80% of their current income. What we notice is that most people are either spending the same amount as what they're spending today, which means they need about the same amount of income, or they're spending more than what they are using today. The reason why is for a couple reasons. One is what we call the honeymoon phase in retirement. When you go to retire, you typically want to do a lot of things because you're able to. You're healthy and you have this bucket list that you want to tackle. You might do a lot of traveling, visit the grandkids, maybe take a trip around all 50 states, but all these things cost money. So that means you might spend more, or if not as much as what you're spending today. The other phase that we see is the healthcare phase. Now, you might not be as healthy as what you used to be, or we know that you can't run the mile that you could run when you were back in high school, or do as many pull-ups as you used to be able to do. For most people, that's not true. Some, your mile time might have actually improved. But what we know is that healthcare is a leading cause for inflation. It's the number one inflationary item that we have, and especially for people that are in or near retirement, your healthcare costs are going to continue to rise. That is why most people are having to spend as much as what they're spending today, or even more. And if you want to retire earlier, it's even a bigger question because your employer is covering some of the costs of your healthcare. But if you're going to retire, those costs are no longer covered. You have to pay every penny to cover your premiums and to cover the deductible. So that healthcare phase is also the other reason why you're spending as much as you will be because of the healthcare and inflation. The other is what we call is every day starts to look like a Saturday. So if you think about it, before you are actually retired, you typically will spend most of your money on the weekend. Then when you go to retire, you will actually notice that every day will start to look like a Saturday, which means you could typically spend more money than what you usually did. You'll go golf more, you might go out with friends for some drinks, or go out to dinner a lot more, or go to the movies. All these things cost money that you typically weren't spending during the week. And so this is why we never really see anyone need about the same amount as far as 70% of their income or 80% as far as what they need to spend. It's actually 100% of what their spending habits are today, or even more than that. Now, I understand that your house might be paid off and that will cut down your expenses, but for most of you, we notice that you're no longer staying in that home forever. And so paying off that home never is that dream anymore. And the other thing is we aren't saving as much as what we used to as far as putting money into the 401ks and the IRAs. So typically, even though you're no longer going to be funding into those IRAs and 401ks, we might increase our taxes. All these things are going to change where your outcome is going to look like, which typically means you're going to be spending the same amount that you're spending today, which typically means we need almost as much income that you're making today, if not more. Now, the way that we figure out how much income you need to spend is actually putting a plan together, and putting this plan down as far as looking at what your spending habits are and looking at your cash flow. Then we can get a better understanding as far as how much income you really will need when you retire. So if you want to check out some of the calculators that we have, please visit our website or come to one of our educational workshops, or even watch my webinar where we cover how to tackle your Social Security, make sure you have a proper investment formula together, and making sure that you don't run out of money when you retire. Until next time, let me know what questions you have, and we'll put a video together just for that question. Thank you.